One of the things that you can do that you might not think of as an energy efficiency is to install insulated shades. They're really great. They keep the cold out in the winter, they keep the heat out in the summer. You can make them yourself, and they're really not expensive to make. They've really worked well for us. Another improvement we made was to upgrade our storm doors and storm windows. One of the things we learned through our energy assessment was the importance of weatherization, something that anyone can do in trying to save energy in their homes.
All right, we're live. Hi everyone, this is Café. This is Café. Welcome to Café con Gas, live from Cambridge, Massachusetts. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Cassandra. I'm really happy to be with you guys today. Last week was Martin Luther King week, and if you tuned in, I thank you very much for tuning in. I had a really fantastic weekend. I showed my 10-year-old brother this show. So Tony, if you're watching, hi. I had this really incredible experience. So I was at my mother's house. I've just had a really nice, beautiful, healing, awesome weekend. I was at my mother's house and I showed my brother the episode and he started laughing because it was last week's episode where I made a little bit of blooper. And he kind of chuckled. Tony is really young. He's 10 years old. He has special needs. And it was this really beautiful experience. He's watching Café con Gas and he kind of is like, and then he looks over at me and he's like, and I'm like, yeah, that's your sister. Tony has always asked me to make him famous, and that's actually one of the things that his teachers talk about the most. So he makes a lot of YouTube videos. And I was talking to him one day on the show. He should bring those videos. So, hi, yes, I'm wearing tweed. It was the first day back at classes today at work, so I'm feeling a little bit academic tonight. So yeah, welcome to the show. I have a lot of good things in store for you today, a couple clips. I got some really good advice that, I was like, so what do you guys think about the show? What's going on? Asked for a little bit more entertainment, so I'm bringing it to you here live, and I got a couple really great clips for you guys today. So let's start with the emotional check-in. I kind of gave you a little bit one already. We're going to go over to the doc cam as I love to do. And we're going to do our emotional check-in. So what is going on today? So let me take a deep breath. It's been a really busy day, back to school. Just painted my nails for this busy day. Busy day, back to school, and we're kind of up and ready to go. So how do I feel today? I'm not gonna lie, I feel a lot of things. It was a really wonderful weekend. I feel hopeful. And I feel, oh my gosh, this was a little bit hard one. I feel hopeful. And I feel happy. I feel confident. And I'm feeling slightly suspicious, I'm not gonna lie. And I'm only feeling a little bit suspicious because when things are actually going really well, I have this tendency to think, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? What do I need to do to maintain that well? What's going on? So that's kind of a little bit of what's going on with me. So again, I encourage everybody at home to do an emotional check-in. And apparently my youngest brother has already done an emotional check-in because they still use this sheet of paper in the school system. So I really kind of giggled and laughed about that. I want to just talk about something because again, Café con Gas is a show that brings dialogue alive on events surrounding healing, arts, and diversity. So I kind of wanted to bring something up today because this is a really big healing moment. Yeah, and in the name of healing, arts, and diversity, I've been giving a lot of, I've been having a really interesting experience. I actually moved lately, and my new roommate has a cat. And I also moved with my fish Clifford, who, if you're on Instagram, check out Café con Gas, and you'll see a picture of him traveling with me in a little to-go container. So I've been just on this really interesting quest of, looking at animals. I'm a woman of Caribbean descent, so I also have this really strong relationship with the ocean, and talking to my inner child. I remember I wanted to be a marine biologist, so I've been on this whole interesting kind of journey when it comes to animal life and wildlife. And there was this documentary called Blackfish that came out. Documentaries on the environment can be really heavy. You need a lot of debriefing. I would suggest people watch Blackfish, but if you've been to SeaWorld and if you know Shamu personally, it's going to be pretty painful. So after watching this documentary, I saw this on Facebook today, and this was really interesting. This is happening in India, and India actually recently declared the dolphins to be non-human persons and bans them from holding captivity in commercial entertainment, private or public exhibition and interaction purposes whatsoever. So this is really deep, literally deep as the ocean. Kind of just giving this, you know, for me personally, through my own healing process, through sitting in front of you here in CCTV, I've just been giving a lot of thought about how, in what ways have I felt confined, and I found a lot of freedom and a lot of relation to these animals. And I just kind of wanted to bring this up because there's a lot of controversy about the ocean. There's a huge problem happening in Fukushima. But there's really, really big elements and opportunities for healing. And I think just seeing that about the dolphins kind of gave me this other really beautiful, moment of healing. So I just wanted to actually touch about something that we talked about last episode. So last episode on Café con Gas, I brought up this really, really incredible group of people. They're called Bikers Against Child Abuse. And I know it's a lot. I'm going from dolphins to healing. Penny's new to children. But yeah, the name of healing, what I chose for today's topic is to kind of continue on a little bit and show you what these bikers are about. Again, this is an international group of bikers. There's a local chapter located in Quincy, Massachusetts, if you're ever interested in getting involved. If you're ever interested in getting helped in regards to abuse, please call SafeLink. However, if you're interested in the aftermath of abuse or as an adult helping other children, Bikers Against Sexual Abuse is this beautiful, beautiful organization that actually accompanies children to court in these really major, major cases. So again, I talked about this last episode with the context of a trigger alert. For any kids who may have found the show and watching, what I'm going to talk about is something that adults do that's really, really bad and they hurt children. And the clip that I'm about to show you is how bikers, people who ride Harley Davidsons, who are perceived as really scary, there's these group of bikers who have background checks and queries done to really help these children. So it's just showing you different ways that people approach healing and kind of get together. So I wanted to show you guys this clip. This is from their YouTube channel. I'm going to just cue this up over here. And basically they're just talking here about their organization and mission.
I'm sorry. Stop! Bikers Against Child Abuse, BACA, exists with the intent to create a safer environment for abused children. They exist as a body of bikers
to empower children to not be afraid in the world in which they live. All right, buddy. You have a good one. See you later, man. How you doing? My name's Chief. I'm a licensed clinical social worker, and I'm also a registered play therapist, which means I work with small children between the ages of 3 and 8. And most of the time I work with kids who've been abused and kids who have been hurt in one way or another. And during the time of my practice, I would see these children about once a week. They'd come in and they'd make incremental change, they'd make some good changes and things, and that could get undone so quickly by a perpetrator who would cruise by the house or who would have access to the child, that my work was greatly compromised and my frustration grew and grew. And because of the childhood experiences that I had with bikers, I thought maybe we could take the streets back, maybe we could make the world just a little bit safer for these kids. And so I decided that maybe I would just ask some of my biker friends if they'd be willing to help me support a child. And what became very apparent to me at that time was the fact that people want to fight child abuse, but they didn't have an organized way to do it. And so when I put out the call, and that first ride when we had 27 motorcycles show up to the ride, there were about 40 people, the vision started to become clearer and clearer that this is something that could work in a way that we could help children in a very, very substantial way. The first level of intervention that we have, and when we visit and help children, is to have a ride. And you're going to see some of that as we go to these children's homes, and we become a force in their lives and create a safer environment for them. So what we'll do is we go to the child's home, and when we get there, we park, we go in mass, we take a chapter, the whole chapter goes, we go and we become part of that child's family. And as we become part of that child's family, they become part of our family. And the message is very clear that when you're part of our family, we don't run, we don't hide, we don't take cover, we stand tall, and we'll stand right beside you, in front of you, and back of you, and all around you to make sure that you're safe.
Oh, let's finish up
Okay, you
this
see your names right here, just like that. And then when there's just like the one on your sister's, this is also to let you know that you're part of the family, okay? We're always going to be there for you, all right?
So this is Bikers Against Child Abuse International, and I can't tell you how many tears I'm trying to fight back right now, because this organization is so profound. And I think something that they do, again, I mean, this is really incredible, because here's a social worker who is really limited by a lot of means because, you know, he, again, like he said, you do all this work, you do all this, you know, overcoming these circumstances. As he clearly said, he had play therapy with his children, but all of it can be completely destroyed by the presence of a perpetrator. So I came across these gentlemen, and I showed this on the end of the last show. And it was really interesting because what they said was, you know, essentially that the title of the news story that I had seen this on before I went on the website and learned more about the organization was like, why is this strange, scary man approaching this small girl? So it was really powerful for me when I went onto the website, and I'm looking through the website and I'm like, wow, look at these bikers, look at this jacket. I mean, I remember being a Girl Scout and being really excited that I was in a room with other girls with other jackets. And what these gentlemen do is that they actually accompany these children to the court. And there's domestic violence advocates who will also do that. But something that people don't understand or may not know about recovery and also persecuting perpetrators is that the process takes a really long time, and these individuals could be completely free and be coming to court having abused, molested, and perpetrated against these children. So that for me was just a clip. Let me just like shake it off. Let's just all ground for a second, you know. That was like a really powerful clip. And again, a really great example, because what do you do in the work environment when you see that there is a need for something and you can't go beyond the system that you're working for? And I think something that's really interesting that this gentleman, the chief, who founded this organization, he was really honest and animate about the fact that he was limited in his work, and his work was being compromised. And I love that word. Compromise reminds me of kind of like Mission Impossible missions, you know, a mission that's compromised, a case that's compromised, children who are compromised. And I think that's so powerful. I think if, regardless of your circumstance, the power of actually feeling safe, that's widely empowering. And I think these gentlemen do a really good job. And I'm telling you, my mom and I always had a joke about getting a bike. And I mean, I kind of want a purple Harley. After watching that, I want to jump on a Harley and get with these guys. So if anyone's watching and you have a bike and you're interested on this issue, you can't just walk on. Actually, in the spirit of being a social worker, anyone who joins any of these chapters actively have to have like a query check, a background check. They definitely do their due diligence in making sure that none of these men and women are perpetrators themselves. So that's huge, awesome resources. Again, in the spirit of constructive journalism, I would definitely implore everybody, if I'm talking about this issue and it's making you feel weird, it's making you feel upset, talk to a loved one, talk to your parents, ask them what this is about, but also realize that, you may have some healing to do on your own. The travesty of childhood abuse is that a lot of this abuse is completely, people forget, not because they want to, but because they're told to. So the healing process takes a long time. So again, I implore you, if you're watching this and the demographic I'm shooting for, which is like 20s and 30s, but beyond and before, I just want to tell you, if this is making you feel icky and weird, call a hotline, call a therapist, talk about it, release the shame, heal, find a way. Call a friend, find someone who you can work with. And as Chief said, he's a play therapist. So I think that's also like a really cool objective in introducing play, because I know that as adult, I don't think we play enough. And that's why last episode I played artists like Principe and Johnny Principe and all these things. So that just really means a lot to me. So yeah, that's the healing tip. And I think these gentlemen are really diverse too. And I think it also goes in the category of not just healing, but diversity, because if you look at them, they don't look like they're not wearing a suit like this. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry, guys, I'm wearing a suit today, but I came right from work. So what can I do? So yeah, they're really they really defy the mold, and they're really diverse. And that's like really big for me. So how do I transition all of you to the next topic? If I was in a newsroom, I'm sure there'd be some flash cam, be like children this, child that, mother this. You don't have a opportunity to debrief. So in the spirit of debriefing, I kind of actually want to implore the audience after this to kind of take a really deep breath and put your hands on, put your seat back, put your hands on your lap, and take a really deep breath. And try to match that breath going in for 2 seconds, going out for 2 seconds, and just tell yourself, I am safe, I am an adult. If I am in danger, I know how to handle the situation or activate a system. So for all of you out there, for any survivors who are watching that show, I show that clip in solidarity and as a gift to you. And for those who have not heard about childhood abuse and are not aware of that, I also implore you to take a moment to realize what you just heard about and how that affects you too. Regardless of whether you have been abused or not, this topic brings up serious emotions, and I am very much an advocate for emotional check-ins. So yeah, I'm gonna check in with myself right now, and I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling really good, and I'm feeling like we need a little bit of an entertainment after that. So yeah, let's go from bikers to music, healing, arts, and diversity. We're gonna go to arts, and I'm really excited because last night was the Grammys. I'm gonna stay away from a lot of the debates on the Grammys. I just had a really great dialogue with some girlfriends. We're talking about why didn't Kendrick Lamar win a Grammy? Biggie Smalls was nominated and didn't win a Grammy. This is history, folks. So really interesting stuff. I wanted to actually show you an artist. So M.I.A. is a really great artist. She's from Sri Lanka. She has a history in activism. So a very controversial history. And she's made it really big in America. And I wanted to actually bring you this clip. I'm going to bring you this clip for several reasons. I'm going to bring this clip because women need to DJ. That's one. And second of all, the reason why I'm showing you this is because M.I.A. had the courage to break away from Jay-Z's label. And I love her for that because she told him to stick it, and they wouldn't, they wouldn't promote her new album. And I think I'd like to help her promote that album. I'd like to tell the audience, you guys should really check this out, and you should really listen to her music. And the clip I'm going to play, it's an interesting clip because I've heard this clip and I've heard this track remixed in a lot of DJs around the local area. Again, Café con Gas, celebrating healing arts and diversity. Cassandra, on a personal note, likes to celebrate healing arts and diversity through movement and dance. So I've been out a couple times and I've actually heard this track remixed. And when the album came out, I realized, and I did some research, she had leaked this track ahead of time so that people can get a hold of it and run with it. And then when the label wasn't actually kind of doing what they should be doing, she just ran with it and she released it. And in the name of releasing it and being that it's out there in the public, I'm gonna show you this really fantastic video. And I'm a little bit inspired because I also have like the gold fingertips, and she covers her videos in gold, and she's just fantastic. She knits awesome wear for her children, for her child, for her son. She also is an ex of Diplo. For anybody in the music scene, Google Diplo. This is really interesting. So actually I'm gonna go ahead and show you this clip. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And again, check in with yourselves. And if we're gonna talk about serious issues in a constructive way, we're also gonna celebrate other things in life as well in a constructive way. So I hope you guys kind of receive this gift from me. It's a little bit of a clip from a live performance. And it's Double Bubble Trouble, which I love. It's got a really good beat. It's a little bit different. I went from Johnny Principe last week to M.I.A. this week. It's a little bit of an electronic mix. Let's play it. Let's get into it. I hope you guys enjoy it. So that was M.I.A. That was an awesome clip. I was about to do like a little picture-in-picture of me dancing. But yeah, so that's M.I.A. So if you guys weren't familiar with M.I.A., she had some like music videos a while ago. I was just looking outside, someone just said hi. Yeah, she's just amazing. So let's talk about what you just saw. So if you notice, M.I.A. goes pretty hard. And what I like her about a female rapper is that she has these movements that are kind of like da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And if you hear the chorus, she's saying, 'cause I got that repetition, 'cause I got that repetition. And it's beautiful because you're listening to the music and she blatantly is like, you're liking this because I'm repeating this to you over and over and over and over and over again. And what's intriguing as M.I.A. as an artist is that she's going to explain to you something socially, but at the same time, she's going to be like, I'm calling you out for why you like this. And then the next track she does is Come Walk With Me. So then she kind of invites you into her journey. So as an artist, I think she's absolutely stunning and beautiful. And probably as a viewer, you're wondering, like, why is Cassandra in plaid talking to you about this? It's because I'm diverse, because I'm about healing and arts. And I can work at a desk all day long, but when it comes to a certain point, I gotta jam out. And one of the people I really love jamming out to is M.I.A. So I just kind of wanted to show you this clip. She means a lot to me. She's a huge, 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 huge inspiration. And I think, you know, yeah, I just think she's fantastic. So I have 1 minute left. Anyways, I just want to take that 1 minute. Thank you again, Wayne. Wayne is, you know, like, round of applause. Wayne is awesome. He always greets me at CCTV in a really warm and awesome way, and he helps out behind the scenes. So yeah, I have one more thing to show you. I have one more thing to show you, and it's a joke. It's a joke, but check this out. So I was with my mom, and we're talking about entertainment. We're talking about, you know, crimes against children. Wanted to show you a quick thing, little comic relief, really quickly. Anyways, so here's this awesome internet find. I was talking to my mom about this. Actually, okay, I'll do it. So I was talking to my mom about this. This is a really hilarious thing. It says, when I grow up, I want to be like my mommy. And this is a mom, and I'm telling you, it's so hard. She goes, I wish to clarify I'm not a exotic dancer. I work at Home Depot, and this was when it happened, the blizzard hit. So to all the moms out there trying to do a good job,